Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about fighting zombies. Okay, now with zombies, we're talking about a fictional character, so this is purely entertainment. Okay, now there's a couple of things that are different with fighting zombies. Normally when we train, we're training to shoot center of mass. Zombies do not have a heart, they do not have functioning organs, so center of mass is out. Okay, that's no longer a target area. Our primary target area is the head. Okay, now specifically the face. We don't want to shoot up here because zombies don't have brains. Either that or they have hard heads or they have helmets. I don't know what they have on, but whatever. For some reason, let's assume that this is the target area because that's what's going to stop the zombies. Okay, this is a good approximation. Okay, this clay disc of our target area right there. Okay, so that's what we want to hit. This is a good training tool. Okay. Now, as a secondary targeting area, the hips are great. Okay, the reason for the hips is basically we're not going to kill the zombie, but we'll stop their mobility. Okay, one of the good things about hips is that they're wide, they're a lot bigger, so they don't move around as much. The head can sometimes move a little bit, so the hips they tend to move a little bit less. So the hips might be a great secondary target area if that's what we can get. And as a third target area, the legs. Okay, the legs are even more difficult because as people move, the legs move, but if that's the only target that's available to us for whatever reason, maybe we're shooting under a car or whatever, that's also a decent target. But our primary target area is right here. Okay, that's what it's going to take to actually stop the zombies. Okay, now, so our first concern was targeting. Our second concern is range. Okay, with a red dot and iron sights, a lot of times, we might be shooting out to 100 yards, but when shooting under stress, when our heart rate's elevated, we want to get a lot closer because for zombie fighting, we don't want to waste any ammo. Okay, so we don't want to, take shots that we think we might get. We want to take shots that we know we're going to get every time. Okay, without failure. All right, so those are the shots that we want, and we got to test ourselves in practice and figure out what that range is for each of us under stress. Okay. So for me, it's about 30 to 40 yards. You might be a little better than me. You might be a little worse than me. I don't know what it is, but you got to practice and figure out what that is. Now, what that means is trying to create some stress for yourself. Transitioning, moving from one position to another. That helps elevate your heart rate a little bit, get your breathing up. So that's one good way to figure that out. So we don't want to just be shooting from a bench position, or from a stationary position. We want to move around a little bit and see what we can do. Okay. So again, with an AR-15, my optimal shooting distance is 30 to 40 yards. I don't want to get any closer than that because I might be putting myself at risk. I don't want to get much further than that because then I risk wasting ammunition. Okay. Now, with a handgun, I think you need to be a lot closer than that, preferably under 3 or 4 yards. Okay. Basically almost within grappling distance. Okay. Now, yeah, great. In practice, yes, I can shoot out to 30, 40 yards with a handgun and hit targets, but again, put yourself under stress. And what you want to do is when you go to the range, do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, then get up and shoot at your target with a handgun, and you're gonna see, try to shoot at a target like this after doing push-ups, sit-ups, and jumping jacks, and you'll see how accurate you can be. Okay, and for most people, it's a lot closer than they think it is. They got to get within almost 10 feet in order to be able to hit the target consistently every time. Okay, AR-15s are great for that kind of stuff. They're built for that kind of stuff. Where you can be under stress. Especially if you got a red dot, you can put that on the target, aim, squeeze the trigger, and as long as you're with that 30 to 40 feet, maybe even up to 50 feet, you'll hit the target. I personally don't want to get out to 50 feet unless unless I'm very relaxed and not stressed and so forth. Okay, so right now I'm going to go through some drills to give you an idea, and I hope you guys will after watching this video, you'll practice this stuff on your own. Enjoy. Very important for the purpose of this drill Okay, you start off, you know, once you chamber around, you immediately put the gun on safe, right? The AR-15, you switch to safe. You only take the gun off safe when you're about to fire the shot, okay? You don't transition unless the gun is on safe. So because basically you definitely don't want to have an accident. You don't want to take a chance of shooting yourself in the foot while you're practicing. The other thing is, as far as a sling, the way I have it set up, I have one point here, one point there. I've played around with a couple of different options. At one point I had a single sling. The thing I didn't like about the single point sling is I used to point the gun very close to my feet. With this type of a setup, the gun points off to the side. So, you know, I can use my hands to do stuff like climb, you know, grapple, whatever I got to do. Hopefully I don't have to grapple. But, you know, I find that this is a very good and also a very safe setup where the gun is pointed directly at my feet. All right, that's our training exercise for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get out and practice this. Thanks for watching.